Hello everyone. So we are together with one of my weird videos again. Maybe it will be trivial to some of you, but I have been playing quite a while, and I do have a playtime about 1,000 hours in Path of Exile 2, and I discovered this very recently. The title will again be clickbaity, but I really did discover this pretty recently. So guys, I was always wondering why the percentage of recovery applied instantly flasks were so valuable. So obviously they are pretty good, right? I'm talking about this kind of flask, right? So this can go up to 30%. The instant recovery thingy goes up to 30%. And there is some other version of this which does again the instant recovery, but it's worse. Thing is, guys, I have always been a fan of more recovery flasks, right? Stuff like up to 80% increase recovery when you do quality on those flasks. They heal upwards of 2,000. Yeah, I'm just taking a look at the. There is the increased recovery rate ones. Sorry, there are no other instant ones, and there are these. So guys, in Flask we have the prefixes and the suffixes. They can be magic at most, or they can be unique, right? But they cannot be rare. So the prefix is modifying how the healing is applied, right? It might increase the amount of healing that's being applied. It might increase the rate of which the healing is applied, or it could turn some of the healing to instant, like this one. And the suffix is more concerned about the charges. You can have increased charges, you can use lower charges, you can gain more charges than normal, etc. So the best suffix by far is the increased charges, because it's not conditional and it just will allow you to chuck your flask, quite a few times, like upwards of 12, I think. Yeah, upwards of 12. And the prefix, well, they vary. I am, as I said, a fan of increased recovery. The increased recovery can go up to 80%, and you will have a flask that recovers more than 2,000 life, which is pretty much above what most builds have. Some builds can have more life stacking builds, but 2k is pretty high. So in this video I wanted to explain to you why the instant recovery flasks are pretty valuable. The reason for that is, guys, I'm sure you have had this, right? There is an annoying map modifier like this, right? Players have less recovery rate of life and energy. And the thing is, and this is fixed, right? 60%. There is no variance, right? It's always 60%. But the problem is, in our atlas points, we always utilize increased potency of explicit modifiers sort of thing, and that can knock it up quite a bit. Let me show you what I'm talking about. There we are. So guys, there is this, right? Most people would have this. So 25% of the time, no, sorry, half of the time you will have 25% increased magnitude of your prefixes, or 50% of time you will have 25% increased effect of your suffixes. So this is a bit of a gamble, because suffixes are the stuff that harm us, and prefixes are the stuff that help us. And you can't really choose between the two, right? It will happen randomly, and sometimes the suffixes will get amplified, right? And also most people would have this in their atlas passives. So the more modifiers you have on your map, they all get amplified. So if you have 6 modifiers on your map, which is the cap, right? Every modifier gets amplified by 12%, guys. So if you combine grueling journey with the unstable energies keystone, that's gonna happen randomly, you can have the very annoying upwards of 100% reduced recovery of energy, shield, and life. And guys, that actually does what it means, right? It's not soft cap at 95% or anything, right? you will be not able to recover your life or energy shield, right? I'm not going to say by no means. There are some means that dodge it. So for example, guys, Ghost Shroud, Ghost Dance still does it, right? Because it grants you energy shield. It bypasses that mechanic, but you know, your lifesteal, your regen, your flasks, they will all be useless almost, right? So thing is, guys, this is the thing that I have discovered. These actually work. And you know, by any definition of anything, they should actually not be working. But these do bypass that, right? Let me just show you. I think I have a map open here with 100% or more reduced recovery thingy. Let's take a look at here, guys. There is 104% less recovery life of energy shield, guys. And also, guys, it will, as I said, it will also prevent the energy shield's recharge. So, one thing though, I mean, if you have seen my build guide, I do have Eternal Youth Keystone passive, which will prevent my energy shield from recharging, but my flask will fill my energy shield. So, guys, thing is, I take some damage on my energy shield, and my flask is supposed to fill it, right? But I have a normal flask in here, and it will not be able to because we have more than 100% reduced recovery. Let me just show it to you. Okay, as you can see, I have taken some damage. I have taken a lot of damage. Okay, let me just drink my flask now. So guys, I have Eternal Youth here, which means that my flask should be filling this, right? As you can see, it doesn't regenerate on its own. Flask, 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 see? You see this, guys? I drank all of my flask. I have not gained a single energy shield. Now, I put my original boy back in, right? Stomp this, I fill it. So the regular recovery of this item is gonna get wasted, but the instant part is gonna get applied. Come on, buddy. This is the time which my evasion decided to work. Really? Okay, a little bit more damage. Okay, well, I still have taken, around 400 damage to my energy shield, right? And as you can see, because of Eternal Youth, it's not regenerating. Maybe I'll take a few more. Okay, so Ghost Shroud worked. Okay, 3000. I can't take damage. Is this character survivable? No, I was dying all the time. Gee. I think I should turn off Ghost Dance. Okay. Raw and that guy are doing the one-on-one. Okay, 2.4k, guys. Let's take a look. See? And as you can see, guys, the instant part got applied instantly, and the other part is fully countered. So, see? I want this epic duel to finish. Oh no. Oh no, I'll help a little bit. Okay, guys, so this is the thing I have learned, and if I have noticed this, upwards of 1,000 hours in, I thought there was a good chance that, some of you might have missed this, so I wanted to share. So, and I'm sure you know how frustrating that modifier can get at times, right? Especially for warriors who convert their mana costs into life costs, and they leech a little, they have life per kill. None of them will work. Life per kill doesn't work. Mana per kill, mana per kill, no. Life per kill doesn't work. Flask don't work. I mean, if it goes upwards of 100%, as you just saw here, nothing works except for a few things. As I said, you know, Ghost Shroud will work, right? Ghost Stance will work. What else was working? Something else was working as well. So the things that do not get affected by the recovery thingy, because guys, Ghost Shroud is a little bit different, right? So if you are getting frustrated by that modifier, get yourself an instant recovery flask, right? The instant recovery flask will at least allow you to bypass some of it. And of course, you know, you can have some modifiers to that flask, right? You can have the charm charges thingy, you know, we gather the 2 relics and put them in, 15% increased life recovery, or you could have herbalism somewhere that is, you know, more recovery, and you could have some jewels with more recovery. You could have some passives in your tree, and yeah, I think I get around 400-ish when I chug my flask. It's not bad, and it can go up to 30%. So yeah, guys, I wanted to share this with you. If you are getting frustrated by the reduced flask, and thing is, guys, again, I will interrupt myself. So this, by no means this means, you know, it's not frustrating at 90%, right? If you have a regular flask, guys, that heals 2000, if you have 90% reduced recovery, it will heal you for 200, which will amount to, you know, almost nothing. 95%, it's gonna down to 100, right? So it doesn't have to be 100% or higher to annoy you, right? I'm sure some of you know what I'm talking about. It gets mighty annoying at 90%. And if you have the Atlas points that I just showed you, chances are you will be encountering this every once and then. No, there is no reason to get frustrated for an entire map, or maybe the map is just very good, you don't want to let it go. So yeah, the instant recovery flasks are pretty good for that, and you know, that's, I guess a lot of people must have known this. I'm guessing that's why they are so valuable. So that doesn't mean they are not good on their own, right? But I prefer the more recovery flasks. But yeah, this is enough to convert. So guys, what you could do, of course, is always you could do a regular more recovery flask for normal maps, and you could switch. But I don't like the idea of switching, right? I don't like switching gear. I don't even like swapping weapons, right? I just want to have a character that's ready to be played without doing any swaps. But if you are not objecting to the idea of swaps, you can do your maps with, you know, a regular flask with more recovery, and then when you have the reduced recovery thingy, you can switch to these. I am right now just playing with this, and thing is, of course, because flask can be spammed, right? You can actually use them to recover your life pretty fast, right? So for example, guys, I take, let's say, 2000 energy shield damage, right? And because of the keystone, I can recover my energy shield with my flask. I just spam my flask and the energy shield fills up pretty fast here. So I mean, for this build maybe. So anyway, the info is out there. Do with it what you wish, and I will see you in the next video.